Hey, Matthew Aiken, number one, legend. Badoosh. What's going on, legend? Right, so before anyone tells me, I'm going to turn it down. Uncle, what's going on, legend? Frik reviews, what's going on, my beautiful mumsy? Love ya. Spook, what's going on? Shawnee, what's going on, legend? Scorchio, turn it up. Nah, because then if I turn it up, you fade. Oi, Gunny, a bloody legend. Jugger, TJ, Colin, what is going on, you pack of awesome legends? Chriso, bang. Matthew Aiken again. Badoosh. Oi, Binksy, a bloody legend. Badoosh. I met Binksy personally this week, and yeah, what an awesome legend Binksy is. So all I can say about the upcoming podcast is stay tuned. I will promote the shit out of this podcast on this platform. Yeah. Mark P, what's going on, Pato? Oi, Uru, what's going on, legend? Eastside JDM, Gadoosh. Watching you fade away. I'll paste the link too regularly. Thank you, legend. Thank you. Oi, do you reckon you could drop one down there now, please, Gunny? That'd be absolutely appreciated. So for all of you legends that, you know, are aware who Binksy is, Mr. Binks here in the chat is one of our friends here at the chat, and been here for a very long time, since the start almost, I would say. And yeah, so they have their own podcast now. That is the link there if you jump on that, and yeah, jump over there and shoot Binksy a follow. That'd be much appreciated. And let me just say, you will not be disappointed, I promise you. It'll probably be like a month away. Yeah, so I didn't know about like I knew that, but I didn't know, like, yeah. Obviously this is Binksy's podcast, so oi, Matt Thomas, what's going on, legend? Colin, if I didn't, I think I did. Oi, Scorchy, Badoosh, sorry mate, I absolutely missed that. Absolute legend. I don't even know who I am anymore. Oi, Yoni, a bloody legend. Cause our foes have perished. Oh. So, Binksy, as we speak, the requests that you asked of me are being done right now. So, that will be accessible. If not after the live, definitely tomorrow. It actually took a little bit longer than I thought that it was gonna. But yeah, it's on its way now, legend. Badoosh. Hence why we are on the phone right now. So, and not using the other awesome cameras. They are actually bang uploading right now. Big files take fucking hours. I know. Do you know what? I actually spun out. So when I stopped using this, And I'll keep this forever because like this is where it all began, this camera, and it's very sentimental to me. So anyway, when I went from now, don't get me wrong, I don't post every video as 4K, but when I go out and about, I post it all as 4K. But yeah, there's a big difference when you go from 1080p to 4K. It's crazy. When you go from high definition HD to 4K, if you had asked me 12 months ago if there was a difference between high definition and 4K, I would have said no. Oh, that's good, legend. I remember when Dick Tracy's watch phone was space age. True. Oh, no shit. What about fucking Get Smart when he had the shoe phone? They were actually on the ball. That wasn't very far off what the first phones looked like. I remember we didn't have one in my family, but my mate's family was pretty well to do. I had the same best mate from grade 2 onwards, and so his father was a very hard working man. But anyway, I remember the first phones were like a bag. They had like a strap on it and like a big fucking box like this, and it was literally like your home phone. It had like a cord that went onto the thing, and yeah, I remember that. Then I remember, I love you, brother, but I just need to say this. The first person I ever seen with a real mobile phone was my brother, and he may or may not have been partaking in illegal activities at the time, but I was very young, and my brother is quite older than me. I'm the youngest in my family, so I remember being down the skate park, and he made a point. Like me and all my mates were down at the skate park in Marinda Park, where I went in the Cranbourne video, and he walked past having a phone call on the phone. Probably wasn't even on the phone, but anyway, I remember me and all my mates were like, "Get fucked! Wow, that's a mobile phone." And I remember when my brother got home, I was like, "Bro, wow, give me a look at it." And if you guys remember, it was one of those things that they call them brick phones now. They were a Nokia, I believe, and they were like maybe that fat and like that wide, but they had like the earpiece went up like that, then it went down, and then the mouthpiece went down like that, with a big aerial on it like that. Who's going to Comic-Con this weekend? Anyone going to Comic-Con? I had a brick phone. So yeah, I can't say that I had a brick phone, but I definitely had one in my household. But yeah, it was my older brother's. Anyone going to Comic-Con? Do people remember when you could listen to people on early wireless landlines with a radio scanner? So, I do, Gunny. I remember, right? And I don't even know what I can say about this, but at my age, right? And so I remember when I was at high school, there was two lots of files going around, and one was called the Something Cookbook, and the other one was called, don't write it in the chat, please. I know what it's called. I have tattoos on me that are that symbol, which is an A with this. Anyway, I remember when those things were going around at school. A mate and I acquired a brick phone when we were kids. Had to slice another charger and connect live wires to it to charge it. True, 100%. So what I was getting at, in these two bits of files, they would show you how to do certain things with phones. And so I will say as far as we went, so in my family, we had a number Oi, thank you, chilling with a guitar. Badoosh, spook, badoosh. Fucking legends. Used to take phone boxes when we were hungry. I'll tell you what we used to do, right? So we used to get the can, you know, when you fucking open a can, right? And you've got the little ring pull thing. So we used to get those, right? And, you know, everyday phone box, right? They have those push things where you put your hand in and get your change. Now, if you remember, back then, phones would take your notes, not a problem. Um, and what we used to do when we were kids, there was like maybe 5 phones in my area. And so what we used to do, we used to get 5 ring pulls. We used to bend them over, push the change drawer up as high as it would go, and then jam one of those can things in there. And I'm telling you, like, you would be surprised how jam-packed they would get. Like, people would put like $20 notes in to make a 40-cent phone call and get nothing back, and all that's coming down in change, no notes. And so we used to do that around the whole area. And sometimes we would come back with like $300-400, and on a good day. But yeah, that's what we used to do. Oi, William, who else have I missed? Craig Watson, you bloody legend. Bow, bow. Bow, bow. All right. So I thought on this live, I've told everyone that we're going to go interstate and do some filming, and so I put a bit of a questionnaire out there last week in the post asking if anyone was from these areas, and quite a few people said that they were from that area, either used to live in that area, live 2 minutes from that area, blah blah blah. So I will be taking off most likely on Monday, and so yeah, the places that I said that I was going, I will be going to those places. So we're just gonna do like believe it or not, it only takes actually it's gonna take about 9.5 hours from where I am to get to where I want to go. So I just figured that we're just gonna film the whole lot. So I'll film it, I'll go live along the way, and yeah, we're just gonna try some new stuff out. So I thought that this week is a better week than any to get that going, and I might possibly be going to Comic-Con tomorrow. I am not 100% on that, so but maybe going to Comic-Con. They've got like this, yeah. They've got like full like prizes for the best, like you're the best dressed dress up and stuff like that. Oi, Josh Bennell, what's going on, legend? It's big business. Yeah, so it will be for me the first Comic-Con that I will have been to. I've been wanting to go to I can remember when they posted the thing for the first Comic-Con here in Australia, and so there's only 2 Comic-Cons in Australia. So if you live in Melbourne or if you live in Canberra, the Melbourne one is on this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. It's not for free though. You can't just go there and go in. It actually surprised me at how expensive the tickets were just to get in. I was like, what the fuck? But what surprised me again, it was quite expensive to get into Comic Con, right? But so you can pay for like a VIP, they call them tokens, right? And so there's going to be a few, I don't know, if you guys like follow like anime or like comics and stuff like that, like there will be some celebrities attached to that. And so you can actually pay less than the price it costs to get in to have a VIP experience with one of your favorite Comic Con celebrities. So yeah, we may be going there tomorrow. Oi, Tex, Badoosh. So I don't know if you guys can notice, I'm having difficulties with this eye again tonight. It's just not eyeing properly. Can you explain your neck tat, please? I mean, yeah. So it's a whole like. So my neck tat is like a whole A4 bit of paper from back to front. Yeah. So it's all one piece, and so like that's a black rose there. There, bluebirds there. Spider webs around the back, and then it has my son's name in the back there. Some bloke got stabbed in that part of Comic Con in America. No way. I reckon it would be awesome. Confucius was actually afraid of ghosts. Oh, Confucius say. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Someone is ringing. They were ringing. Amos Moses, what's going on, mate? Yeah, so I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. If you are watching, yeah, you know I can't answer right now. I used to deliver newspapers 3 a.m. in the morning on a push bike. Most I was 14, fighting experience in my life. You couldn't do that these days. I had a paper round 2 when I was younger. No, you couldn't do that these days. That was different. Like I remember one of my mates had the same paper round, and he used to do it on his bike, but his dad used to follow him in the car, and yeah, we didn't do that. I dress up like Superman and rob the place. You'll have a good disguise too. You could even have a good alibi. You could just say like I was like playing the part. And you held up your mailman. Yeah, it's not something I'm proud of, but I mean it's something that definitely happened and kick-started a life of mayhem. Can you please do a story on Martin Bryant? You know, I get asked that all the time. And I mean, I'll tell you what. We got 70 people here right now, and we've only got 21 likes. Come on, mofos. If you guys are enjoying, I'm wearing a tie. If you could smash that like button, if you guys are enjoying, that'd be absolutely appreciated. But let's do a vote. Let's do a vote while we got fucking 70 people in here. Let's do a vote. Who thinks that I should do story on Martin Bryant. Oi, Colin, you fucking cheeky bugger. Why didn't it let me do that? There you go. Badoosh. Martin Freeman. Do you know, right? So when I went over to Tasmania, so I've said this before, right? A lot of you guys know that I used to do ghost hunting, paranormal investigation, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, I had access to like 1,800 different heritage listed buildings. There's more heritage listed buildings in the state of Tasmania than there is anywhere else. And anyway, they said that I could go there. The person who is the manager of the Tasmanian Heritage Society used to follow my page. And so anyway, I used to go to yeah, so I used to go to those places, and I went to oi, bloody Jugger, you bloody legend, Badoosh. When I went to Port Arthur, you guys wouldn't understand it. If you guys haven't been to Port Arthur, you really couldn't explain it. So there's certain parts of Port Arthur that you can like have a look at, and there's certain parts that you can't go near unless you are with a tour guide, right? And so at the time, it was another time when my drone was naughty as well. Yeah, I lost control of my drone, and it was crazy because when I lost control of it, it filmed all around the places where you couldn't look, and it was out of my control. I didn't know what was going on. If Biff gets 20 new subs in the next 10 minutes, I'll gift 10 memberships. I'll tell you what, if Biff gets 20 new subs in the next 10 minutes, I'll gift 10 I'll tell you, I'm going to fucking gift 10 memberships anyway. Port Arthur is dark. It's got that vibe. I mean, look, I'd be lying if I said I haven't done a little bit of investigation into the Port Arthur stuff. And like, there's a lot of things that, like, let's just say the truck, the truck that is a coroner's truck that literally had the capacity to hold, I think it was 37 bodies, and that was parked in Port Arthur like a week. I don't know the exact days, but it was parked in Port Arthur the day, like days before the Port Arthur incident took place. What happens in Tasmania stays in Tasmania. True. Oh yeah, and thank you for the membership, Badoosh, legend. Another group. That's what Uncle Dad says too. Straight out of Tassie. Or you know what? I fucking love Tasmania. And shout out to all my Tasmanian legends that are watching right now. I've been there a couple of times. Last time I went there, I took my mum for a holiday there. And yeah, it was. I had a really good time there. But I realised that Tasmania is somewhere that I could spend the rest of my life. Do you know what I loved? I loved nothing more than one moment you're driving in the most fucking picturesque, like you're in the bush, and the next thing you know, you drive over this next hill and you're at the beach. Now for me, there's my two favourite places to be, the bush and the beach, all in one place. And Tasmania is actually quite small in comparison to the rest of the states here in Australia. Tassie is beautiful. Yeah, my mum's here. So my mum had been to Tassie and lived in Tassie before I took my mum to Tassie. So, yeah, I was in jail. Greeley, Riston, Wisdom. You know what? I actually am a Greeley fan. If anyone here is from Tasmania and they know Greeley, I'd love to have him here on the Chaos Chronicles. We're also, when I get back from Tassie, we're going to start doing interviews again too. The podcast I've done with Binksy, the bloody legend, has ignited another fire in my stomach. MPA, you bloody legend. It's freezing up in Queensland. So my mum lives in Queensland, and my brother and a lot of my family, and they all told me the same thing tonight. Is cold. My granddad from Bernie, my six finger has been amputated though. Wait, did I read that right? Oh, I get it. I get it. It's all right. I get it. I get it. All right. Very good. Oh no, no, don't worry. It actually took me a minute. I knew exactly when I actually went back and read it again. I was like, yeah, that's what it is. Oh, you got me a beauty too. That's what I used to say when I was in prison, and people would say, "How'd you get your scar in your neck?" And I'd say, "I'm from Tassie." That's where my second fucking head was. Confucius saying, "Man who leaps off cliff jumps to conclusion." Oh, well done. The old black bull said, "How about anothery down by the scrubbery? Mine's nice and rubbery." The other black bull said, "You can go to buggery, 'cause mine's all red and sore." Yeah, my mate is up there. Lisa Marie, how you going, legend? Lisa Mason, sorry, fucking hell. It's like I was on Big Brother all over again. My mate is up there. It was 17 degrees and she said it was cold. Try Tassie. Yeah, oi, my mum and my brother said the same thing tonight. It's cold. Do you know what? Do you know what we used to call winter when I was in the crime life? We used to call it tracksuit season. That was the season because it doesn't matter when you're a criminal. It's always a fashion parade. It's not like it used to be, where crooks and that were the smelliest, dirtiest people around. Now it's a fashion parade. It's the same in prison. It's a fucking fashion parade, mainly on your feet. But yeah, it's the same. If you're a crook, it's a fashion parade. So we used to call winter tracksuit season. Oh, this is the dude who went to Desi's container. Yes, that is me. Oh shit. All right. It was obviously something horrible. Heard someone lost their YouTube channel. Yeah, I heard something about it too. Um, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's of no concern of mine. And the moon is huge, and we've got a Corona Soli thingy happening too. Tassie might get Aurora Australis. Someone even lost the second one, Biff. No, they didn't. No way. Yep. Yep, they fucking did. Wow. I don't know. What is my comment on that? Alright, brace yourselves. Record, do whatever you gotta do right now. I'll give my comment on this situation. I'll even turn the music down. This is my comment on that matter. For the first and last time ever, I will comment on this matter. Well, this is what I will say on the matter. No comment. But I will also say, it doesn't affect me whatsoever. I wish everybody involved the best, and moving forward, it's a hard road to travel. This one, YouTube is a different beast to tame compared to other social medias, and don't get it twisted. I know, you know what I mean. Like, I still have 176,000 followers on TikTok, and I've been doing it since 2021. Social media, I really get it. And YouTube is a different beast. But what people need to understand is this: YouTube is the governing body. YouTube is the big boss. And people forget that YouTube is fucking Google. So Google is the big boss. And so, there are certain lines you can't step over. Now, I know people say to me all the time, like, fucking hell, bro, you run a fucking tight line right there. But I know, believe me, I understand social media. I know what you are and what you aren't allowed to do. And, moving forward, this will be the last time I speak on it. But yeah, I wish anyone involved all the best moving forward. But, that's it. Did you hear about Henry? Which Henry? Oi, don't say Asian Henry. And respectfully, I say that for two reasons. Because every fucking second Asian's name in prison is Henry. And that's not even a joke. That's like, hey, go on, mate, my name's Biff. Hey, what's your name? Henry. I swear to God, you'll meet a group of 6 people. Their names will either be Tony or fucking Henry. That's just it. Yeah, sweet, mate. I don't know. Maybe it was a thumbnail. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I don't smoke cigars anyway, so wouldn't happen. Just saying. If you know, you know. Didn't see me when I was sober. Southampton, they arrested him after he was stabbed for being white, then he died. Big in UK right now. Yeah. Yep. Fucking oath, I seen it. Oi, what the fuck is that shit, man? This is why I fucking done the video last night. And like, it's crazy. But I don't think people realise how much the crime here in Australia mirrors that crime right now. There is no two ways about it. It is a mirror. The UK, very similar. But like, listen, most things that go on here, crime related, kind of secondhand UK crime. What's the word? Anyway, they not that they copy, but the UK and Australia is so similar. The UK prison system and Australian prison system is almost identical, and therefore the criminal world is very much similar as well. I just made a banana cake with butter. Yeah, douche, let's go. Me like on the man. Oh, easy, Tiger. Easy, Tiger. Oi, what's going on, Aussie grave digger? Cops don't carry guns in Pommyland, do they? I don't know if you guys realise, but this week, only about 3 days ago now, that all Victoria Police firearms, the firearms that are issued to your everyday police officer in the Victoria Police right now have all been recalled, and that's about as much as I know. Should see the cops' guns in NZ, big rifles. Yeah, I've seen it. You know what? I can't fucking wait to get my passport. Do you know, don't get me wrong, I want to travel this country. I'm very excited. As a matter of fact, I'm super excited to go to Adelaide next week. And, well, let's just say South Australia, because Adelaide is only going to be a bit of where we're going, But I'm excited to search the country, don't get me wrong, but I'm someone who has been told my whole life that because of my criminal convictions that I'll never be allowed to do certain things. And so I promise you, I'm not the only one that thinks this way, right? So we all think this, fuck it. Oh well, we're never going to get in anywhere anyway, so we may as well just go ahead with what we're doing. And I know that's the way I felt, because that's the way the elder boys in my crew felt. And now that I'm able to do that, and I realise that way of thinking actually really fucked up some of the places I would love to go to. But fortunately, there are a lot of places in the world that I'm still allowed to go to. Now, don't get me wrong, I will get challenged at every single place I go to. I have very serious violent charges. I have assault police, I have multiple gun charges, I have 3 of the worst assault charges you can get. So there's only one step after the assault charges, my last assault charges, and that is either manslaughter or murder. So, we don't have GBH in this state, regardless of what other people say. We do not have a charge called GBH in this state. That is a name for the charge in other states. So the charge of GBH here in Victoria, the charge is called this, and I know because I've fought it many times. It's called intentionally caused serious injury. Exact same charge. So if you went to New South Wales and say, for instance, you stabbed someone, they didn't die, you're getting charged with either attempted murder or intentionally caused serious injury. If you go to New South Wales, you're going to get charged with either attempted murder or GBH. Regardless of what other people have said, we have never had the charge GBH here ever since I've been alive anyway. Are you catching up with Bobster while in Adelaide? I am absolutely open to catching up with anyone who's in the vicinity of where I am. I actually am going to trial it out. We'll see how we go. You guys remember I said this, right? Come next week when I take off, you guys are going to be in charge. This is going to be like one of those books. You know those books that had an alternative ending? It's kind of like that. But you guys get to fucking be in charge of. So what we will do, we're going to do it this way, right? So I will run posts and we will do a poll system and I will say this. Now the thing is, I don't really want like a crazy Spanian thing happening where, look, if that happens, I mean, it is what it happens. But the thing is, I want to meet all you legends. Hence why I am traveling Australia before I travel the world. I want to come to every state and give all of you legends a chance to meet me, and I want to meet all you legends too. And so we're going to do that. And like I said, this is going to be trial and error. I mean, it's either going to go good or bad. So I don't think there'll be any grey area in between. I think, but I think I know. I think I know that every single person here in the chat, be you a subscriber, be you a member, be you a moderator, that everybody knows that, any behaviour that goes on could absolutely affect me. So, but like, let's not get it twisted. We're about to do things that are kind of new, and we're about to. I'll be shaking all of you legends' hands, and I can't wait to do that. If you're near me in Murray Bridge, I'll put the kettle on. Well, true story, legend. I'm passing. Listen, my dad, right? My dad, who I haven't seen in 20 years, right? And here's a true story. The last time I seen my dad, I busted his jaw. Now, I'm not going to lie. I was in my 20s when that happened. And, I was, about to turn 24, actually. And I busted my dad up. But, you got to understand, that was like 24 years of built aggression anyway, so I haven't seen my dad since that day, but we've been in contact, and my dad lives really very much right near there. My dad lives very much on the border. Standing tall, walking forward. Listen, Tex knows my dad's story personally. Listen, I do not love my dad, yeah? I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I've got dad issues and all this shit. I love my dad, but it's like reality. It is a love-hate relationship. True story. You got massive issues? Do you know what else I've got that's massive? Do you want to know? Close your ears if you don't want to hear it. Ready? I've got a massive heart, mate. We may have issues. Listen, I don't have many issues now, except for the fact that I am very ADHD, OCD. I'm a number of abbreviations. Let's not get it twisted. Do I have issues? I mean, let's put it straight for a second. Yeah, I probably do. I am trying my absolute hardest. You can ask anyone that has met me to get out of this institutionalized mindset that I've been in for a long time. And I think I'm doing very well. I think I'm doing quite well. So even though your statement was directed as a troll comment, which, don't get me wrong, I appreciate it. When you take 5 minutes away from getting up your sister in the back room to come on my page and say something, I appreciate it, because it just pushes me into the stratosphere. See, now we've got 81 viewers, so thank you. Don't worry, all trolls are the same. Incest the game the whole family can play, they reckon. It's just like Monopoly, or like Twister with your sister. Again. Will you see your dad? Yeah, I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna see my dad. But here's the thing, right? 20 years is a long time. My old man is not the same man that he was when... Once again, I say all this from, you know, a tender part of my heart. I wish that I could say things that I say about my mum, about my dad, but unfortunately I fucking can't. And I'm very honest about it. But you know, you got to understand this, right? The way I am today was definitely fucking um, manifested by somebody else. You know, I did not come into this world swinging punches and fucking with a fucking gun in me pocket or a knife in me pocket. That's not how the world works. You know what I mean? Obviously, everyone gets to where they were for a reason. And so I can tell you right now, the person I became was absolutely the person who my father wanted me to be. And was one of the main reasons why I became the person I became. Because, right, and I hate fucking talking about this because it makes me sound like some kind of a fucking, but I'm a human and I have feelings. And so I just felt like I wasn't recognised by my dad until I started hurting people. And then my dad was like, you know, but still to this day, I've never heard my dad say he's proud of me or congratulations or, you know what I mean? It's not fucking prevalent in my life with my father, unfortunately. But listen, the end of the day, you only ever have one mum and one dad. Now, you may have people that have stepped in their place because they knew that that person wasn't doing their fucking job they were assigned to at birth. I have them people in my life. Don't get it wrong, I really do, and I love them people very much. But listen, the person I am today, right now, like today, Biff, 2026 Biff, um, is 50-50% attributed to my mother, like 100% dedicated to my mother, 50%, and the other 50% is me. I have to take recognition of my own goals and my own accomplishments. Otherwise, at the end of the day, what do you do it for, you know? But I also have to be real that, you know, and then let's be honest again, while we're on that fucking tangent, that you legends right here, the last, like, I really started going live, like, religiously since last May, right? Every one of you legends right here in the chat. Now, let me say this before I talk about our chat. We're all in the comment section before we were in the chat. And you know, not only, you know, constructive criticism, I love it. I love feedback, yeah? So people would tell me, you know, maybe not do this, maybe not do that. Bang. I love every one of you people that took the initiative to say, you know, you might be doing this wrong, Biff. And like, listen, I take feedback on because like I am still like, although I've been doing social media for a long time, I'm still kind of new to this shit. And like, I love the feedback. Moving on for that, I have you guys in the comment section that pushed me to want to do lives, yeah? That's you guys here that made me want to do lives. Now, I kind of swore when I started YouTube that I didn't want to go through what I went through on TikTok. Now, it's really hard for people to understand unless you were there and seen it happen. Now, I created this kind of community here on TikTok, but TikTok has different rules than YouTube, and so a lot of like people that shouldn't be there were there, and it was a very negative experience for some people sometimes, which used to break my heart because I would put everything into, like, don't get me wrong, I used to get in my car, pack up all my ghost equipment, and I would travel Australia, hunting Australia's most haunted buildings by myself. Like, that was one thing that was I had to do. I had to prove to everyone that I didn't care. Because that was the thing. I'd say to you guys, where do you want me to go? And they'd say like, oh, the Goulburn, so the Goulburn Insane Asylum is the most haunted building in Australia. And I would just go there. And I would go there by myself. So as a matter of fact, I went there twice. The second time, I took my son to the Goulburn Insane Asylum, and so my son, there's people in this chat that were there that night, right? So we went up to, they call it like the house for the criminally insane, right? They were all padded walls. There was cells. There was 8 of them, and it was the highest floor you could go in the Goulburn thing. And I had my son with me, and he was about 15 at the time, and he was so scared. Like there was shit happening. I'm not joking. It was fucking crazy, and yeah, that was when I said I'm gonna stop taking my kids with me ghost hunting. Hey, beer for silent Ararat, frightening in day hours, walking around through their freaky help on windows, inside dusty windows, huge burner chimneys for the dead. For fuck's sake, creeping me out, suitcase. True. I would love to go there, as a matter of fact. It was one of the places that was always on my high to-do list. I went to Goulburn Jail in primary school. Oh, so I actually went to Goulburn Jail when I was there. So I didn't go inside there, but that joint was fucking huge. It actually spun me out. It spun me out how much of the town of Goulburn was taken up by a prison and a mental asylum. Like I can't even tell you how big both of those are. Mark P says, I remember seeing some crazy stuff on your ghost hunting. But thank you, legend. So actually, Marky P there, Pato, I call him Pato. And yeah, he's been there since the start, since I started my social media. Steadily, like, being a solid subscriber. What a legend. But not only the paranormal stuff in Beach but the incident at the pub where the prominent motorcycle gang bashed all the police that entered into the pub. This is true and correct. This is true. Alright, give me a moment, legends. Now, we respectfully to the ladies in the chat and the sensitive ones, I shouldn't have to urinate as much as I used to now. I'm on my new medication, but I am still human. If I'm having a drink, I'm going to have to do wheeze. But anyway, I want to put my dinner on too. I will be right back. Mama prayed hard, but the street shook my hand. Ink on my skin, blood on my name. Every day surviving inside the flame. Gangs, bike clubs, patches on my chest. Loyal to the cold, never scared of the test. In and out of cells, counting days by the light. Sleeping with one eye open every night. I was at the door to get kicked right in. Either blue lights or old enemies grin. 4 times death tried to take my breath. 4 times I stood back up from the edge. I ain't a preacher, I'm a prime example. Live the wrong way, yeah, I gambled. I wore the scars, I paid the cost. Almost lost my life, almost lost it all. Now I stand here saying, hear me loud, that life ain't freedom. It'll bury you down from bike club nights to a brand new crew, chaos crew forever. Yeah, this one's for you.
forever. Yeah, this one's for you. 4 times they've called my name. 4 times I walk back through the flames. I don't glorify the blood or pain. I want you now, 'cause I remain. If you're listening, stuck in that storm. No, it's never too late to be reborn. I ain't a preacher, I'm a prime example. I stood where you stand, I've been dismantled. If you live the opposite of the road I took, you do just fine. Yeah, take a good look. I built a home where strangers came, turned pain into love, shame and flames. From a life of war to a family truth, black club member to chaos crew. This ain't flex, this ain't show. It's a second chance, I'll always hope. Proud of this family, proud of this view. This is my life, chaos crew. Born where the rail split the town in two. Cold nights, fast fights, had nothing to lose. Wrong side of the tracks, wrong friends, wrong calls. Learn real quick how to build brick walls. Sirens sing, little bicycle door slam.
Prison dessert recipe: chocolate ripple, crush up the chocolate ripple biscuits and Coke in there for a couple of minutes. Then you have choc pudding. So, oi, Crazy Dave, I actually, you know, right? When you know, you know. So, like, people would spin out the desserts that we would make in a microwave. Hence, the choc whipple chocolate cake, right? So you could also do this, yeah? We were able to get packets of Oreos on buy-up, yeah? I'm going to turn this down a little bit. So we were able to get Oreos on buy-up, so we would do the exact same thing, right? We would crush them all up into like a fine powder with the stuff from the inside of the Oreos on the inside, and then we would put like a cup of milk into that same container, and then put it in the microwave for 10 minutes. When it comes out, mate, you've got yourself a chocolate cake. Fucking beautiful. And snort it. Nah, look, I wouldn't recommend snorting chocolate cake. I don't know how it would go, but... Oi, Bushy, what's going on, legend? Oi, how's the new security job going, Bushy? I ain't a preacher, I'm a prime example. Pancake mixed with Sprite and make funnel cake. I'll do it for my turds. I'm going to do it for my turds. Legend. Badoosh. Oi, literally, so like that is an old secret that I even know about. Putting the lemonade into the cake makes the fluffiest cakes you've ever had. Ain't love enough when the poison's gone. I had a chick that wanted to smoke a cake once. What? Yeah, I don't know. I have in my time seen, I won't say where, but like the quantity of cakes that I seen. Yeah. I'm telling you, if you are 420 orientated, if you are medicated by 420, you definitely need to get yourself a fucking magic butter maker. My goodness. And a carboxylator. You need to get a carboxylator. I'll say this, and I'll say it every time. I'm Australia's biggest... Oh my God, did you guys see what happened in the last 48 hours? So New South Wales, if you are in New South Wales right now and you are a medical marijuana patient, you can't smoke flower. Well, you can, because that's what they call it. You can either get flower, tincture, carts. But yeah, I know what you're saying. You can't smoke flower. Biff's coming to make us Adelaide cruel cake. Oh, true. Do you know what? I can travel. I'm a medical marijuana patient. I can travel with my medicinal. Oh, don't worry. These are things that I have to take into consideration when I'm thinking about moving state borders. I am a ex-criminal, like one that did naughty things, and cops just would love to pin something on me. So I've got to be very careful. But I know that where I travel, I am allowed to travel with my medicinal marijuana. It basically goes like this, as a matter of fact. If you live anywhere in Australia and you are on medicinal marijuana, you can travel anywhere in Australia with it, as long as it is in its container that you get it in. When you get it, you know that it's not like getting it from the bloke at the fucking 2 houses from the corner. It doesn't come in a sandwich bag. It comes in a container like a prescription, has your fucking Medicare number, all that shit on it. Federal law, yep. So there are some states that don't permit you to travel interstate with 31 grams of medical marijuana, which is as much as I'm allowed to get every time. So also, unlike the fucking bloke that lives 2 houses from the end of the street at the corner, you get 31 grams in your ounce, and you get actually 15 point something, 5 maybe, in your half. So they're proper metric ways. See, New South Wales is maybe letting you drive on medical. How good? Oh yeah, I'm all for it. I think it's great. Have you seen how far they've got into it? So they have gone very far, excuse me. They have gone very far into it. And so it will be this, right? So you can get caught. So if you, say for instance, if they pull you over and think you are affected by marijuana, guess what? You don't lose your license. You're not allowed to drive for 24 hours, right? And so you are actually allowed to have 3 of those being pulled over where they think you are affected by the results of marijuana. But if they pull you over and you pass some preliminary new test, which has got nothing to do with the test we have now, so the only way you can get busted for having medical marijuana is if they pull you over and they think that you are that intoxicated that you can't drive. Now, there is going to be a lot of tests that you literally have to fail 3 of those roadside tests where they pull you over and they say, we think you're affected by marijuana. So you have to fail 3 of those don't worry, I have research. I told you, I'm Australia's #1 medical marijuana advocate. And I'll tell you, so that's exactly how it works. You have to get pulled over 3 times, and for them to take your license off you for 24 hours, which is what happens. And then if that happens 3 times, and they look in the system and go, oh, well, this dipshit's fucking, in the last 12 months been pulled over 3 times and he's been given 3 24-hour warnings, they will then take you to the hospital and they will get a blood test. And if your blood test THC results are over a certain level, they will. This is the first of its kind in the world, and I think it is the most lenient laws that we are going to find on medicinal marijuana uses worldwide. In a country that marijuana is not 100% legal, are we closer than ever than we have been to getting legal marijuana? So this is exactly what will happen. It will happen exactly how it does in America, exactly how it does in Canada. You will have to be 21 years old and you will be able to walk into a weed shop like it's a fucking bottle shop and you'll be able to do your thing. And I know there's people in the chat right now maybe that are haters and thinking, oh, he's promoting drugs. Well, marijuana is not a drug. Drugs kill people. Marijuana has never killed one person on the planet. Millions of people smoke marijuana every single day. It doesn't matter. You can smoke a whole fucking ounce to yourself and green out to the max. Guess what? You're going to wake up the next day and go, fuck, now I've got none left. That is the extent of your problem. I swear to God. So marijuana is not a drug. It is a fucking herb that grows in the ground. Same as fucking lettuce. Same as fucking turmeric. It is a fucking herb that grows in the ground that's been used for thousands and thousands of years for medicinal purposes. And only in recent years have our fucking people in power realised the medicinal privileges that you get from being a medicinal marijuana patient. Just wait till you hit Amsterdam and see the weed meanest in the coffee shop there, Biff. Yeah, 100%. So I said this on the last live, I believe, if I didn't. So like I said to my son, I am literally in the final process of my passport right now, and I've got as far as I've got, and I think that, if they didn't want me to have one, I wouldn't have been as far as I can get right now. But I said to my youngest son who lives with me right now, I said, listen, if you could pick anywhere in the world to go at Dad's expense, where would it be? And I couldn't believe that he said Holland, right? So Ryder's mum is actually half Dutch and half Aboriginal. So, and he said that he would like to go to Holland, and I was like, how good is that? How good is that? Because where I want to go is right around that. I want to go to Amsterdam. I want to go to Scandinavia. And, I've told you guys 100 times, we believe in my family, hence why multiple members of my family are named Leif. We believe that our family originates. My grandmother's last name is Eriksson. If you guys Google Leif Eriksson spelt like this, Leif and then Eriksson with 1 C, you will see that Leif Eriksson is quite literally the most famous real Viking that there is. And his name is Leif Eriksson. His father's name was Eric the Red, and it is highly believed that we are descendants of that family, which would probably explain the levels of violence that the number of people in my family that share my last name were willing to go to at one stage or still right now. my ancestors are Vikings too. Fucking oath, let's go. So, we are. I am. So my ancestral lines go back to Vikings on both sides. So, a lot of people don't understand that Vikings weren't just a Scandinavian thing. So, like, you know, all the Scandinavian countries, Norway, Iceland, fucking, all them countries. It was also something that took part in the UK. It was very big, actually. So, Scottish people were considered Vikings. We had people that were from Wales. They were considered to be Vikings, Celts, as a matter of fact. Yeah. It's from your German side. Oh, wie sieht dein Vater aus? Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Nein? The guy before me in court who got caught a couple of ounces said the drug fairy dropped it off to him. I thought, I'm next, what the fuck? True, when you're hearing like shit like that, you've got to think, fuck, what is my defense here? But you've got to also think that I've got a winning defense when the guy before me tells me that the fucking weed fairy dropped it off. Same here, I descend from Scandinavian Vikings who raided northern Italy from great-grandfather Domenico Fontana, one of Australia's first Italian migrants with red hair. Oi, that will explain your red hair, Bushy. Oi, Bushy's a ranger like me. I'm telling you, he gets burned under the street light too. It was fucked being a kid at my age. You had to be home at 6 o'clock and you had to dodge the street lights if you were a redhead because you'd get sunburned. It was fucked. That's a joke, but yeah. When everything going on making me tired and burning out, sorry, I'm off to bed, Big Biff. No worries, Tex. Love you, brother. Boosh. I'll give you a call over the next couple of days, bro. Or did you get onto that link I sent you or what? You've been at me for sending you the link for the medicinal marijuana that supports my prescriptions. How'd you go? Hey, Chaos Crew. Terry, what's going on? Medical MJ is the way to go. You can get 60 per month. 100%. I can get more than that. So I can get exactly what you said, but I'm also on carts. So I can get 60 per month and I can get 4 carts. So I'm not going to show it because that live I got in trouble for. So, but I can get carts, which are vape carts. So you're smoking 100% live THC resin in a vape that looks pretty much exactly like that, actually. I can show you guys what it looks like on the outside, but I can't show you guys the inside of it. The oils leak, have yours. No, but I will say this, right? So with my particular prescriber, they have just like changed to a new supplier, right? So I go through the same people I have been through for years, but they've just got a new supplier. Now let me just say, the professionalism of this new supplier is next level. So I've said it 100 times. I walk into this medical centre and it smells like old mate's house, second house from the corner, who's growing and selling. It smells crazy. You can smell it before you park in the car park. You turn around that corner and it's the fucking building right on the corner. And I'm telling you, the moment your car is in that street, all you smell is the sweet smell of fucking indica sativa just polluting the airways. And it is fucking grand. I think it's great. I don't do doctors, I do natural remedies. I don't do doctors either. Can't say I've ever picked up a doctor in my life. Sorry, that was a joke. Oh, mate, tool pusher. That was a joke. Domenico settled in Avenel and his son. My great-grandfather married a girl from Greta who lived next door to the Callies. Hence, I've said this a million times, Australian bushrangers there has literally, when I say literally, I mean it, wrote the book on bushrangers in Australia, especially in Victoria. He's an expert. He even rocks an Akubra every day. Well, yeah, I can tell you, I have been in there in times where if I was in my previous life, it would have ticked off some fucking flags in my head. And I've been like, wow, just wow, but whatever. Yep, I will take that and thank you. $100 for 15. You can't do better than that. You cannot do better than that. I don't even care. If you live anywhere and you're not getting your stuff medicinally, like there is 3 out of 10 people that can get it for that price, for 15. I don't care what anyone says. Even if you're buying it at bulk. Antonio, what's going on, legend? Yeah, no worries, Mumsy. I'm jumping off soon too. I will be jumping off shortly, legends. Who thinks I should leave to go to Adelaide tomorrow? I was going to go to Comic-Con. Look, I'm not going to lie. That's what I was going to do tomorrow. I was going to go to Comic-Con. I was going to film it and show you guys Comic-Con. But let's do a vote. Right? I think I can do it myself. Hang on. I think I can do a poll. Oh no, I'm on my phone. I remember now. I'll tell you what, let's get a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Who thinks I should go interstate and start filming tomorrow instead of Monday? Thumbs up, thumbs down. If we get more thumbs up, I will literally leave tomorrow. I am ready to go. I need thumbs up. Comic-Con would be a good mix-up for your channel. True. Look, I'm putting it out there. If we get more thumbs up, we're going to Adelaide and not going to Comic-Con. So if you would rather me go to Comic-Con, you've got to put a thumbs down, obviously. Thumbs up means we're going to Adelaide tomorrow. Listen, I've never been in a position in my life where I can say, let's just, guess what? We're fucking going interstate tomorrow for a fucking holiday. I've never been in a position in my life where I could do that legally, and like I've never, so that's what we're doing. Yeah, unfortunately, or east side, that's exactly what I would have done. Yeah, it's all good. I drive all right. Well, to be honest, you know what? So I actually drove Binksy to the airport the other day when we done our podcast, and minor road rage, minor. Binksy was there to tell me to calm down, but we were at the lights, right? And this guy had went to turn, but realised he couldn't have made it through that orange light, right? So I'm sitting right at the end at the red light, and then there's a guy sitting out in front of the cars that are going this way. Next thing you know, the guy starts fucking reverse, and I was like, "Brr," and I'm very vocal. I was like, "Oh, you fuckhead!" And Vinci goes, "It's all right, it's all right," and I was like, "No, you're right, you're right, you're right." But I was like, he was about to hit my car. I love my car. I love my car so much. I hate it. I hate it right now because like it's been raining, and then when it's raining, I don't worry about cleaning it. But I love my car. I literally love my car. I love it that when it's cold, I can just get in and start it, and then my seats are. I got seat coolers and seat heaters. It's just the best. If you'd have asked me fucking 10 years ago, 15 years ago, if I had a car without doing illegal things that had an air conditioner on your bum, I would have said no. No, I know, Binksy, I know you say just fucking go, but like, listen, it is just as much you Legends channel as it is mine. So like, it'd be like saying, yeah, I don't know, I'm lost, but like, it'd be like me saying, I want you guys to be involved on this one too. You know, it's very important for me, for you Legends to be involved. Are you going to get another Statesman, Biff? Listen, I'd be lying. I would be lying, and I promise you, I would be lying if I said that I am probably looking at more Statesmans than I am more Harley Davidsons, but let's not get it twisted. I said once I get a car, the next thing I'm getting is a Harley. And like, Mum, if you're still here, I am never going to join another fucking bike club in my life. I promise you. To all the chat, I know people freak out when they say I'm going to get a Harley because people just think, oh no, he's going to join a bike club again. I'm telling you, you could walk up to me with a fucking briefcase, which would want to be a big one, with like fucking 5-10 mil in it, and say, oi, listen, we need you to do this. I would be like, no, not doing it. Not doing it. Because, like, there ain't no way I can be the person that a club needs to be without going to prison. And that's the truth. You know, I feel like, I could not be an active club member and not go back to prison. Because I believe in respect, which also means you believe in disrespect. And so, you know, when people cross that line, I'm quite willing to take it to a level that it needs to be, that you understand the respect that's been broken. So that is a major part why I would never do it. But like, listen, I miss it a little bit, right? I miss it a little bit, but I don't miss it enough that I would like to go through that bullshit again. Like, I think anyone that's been in that life and has walked away that says they don't have a part of them that misses it, I think is a lie. Because, like, you get used to living your life a certain way. Now, was my life like camping with your missus? Now, you're probably thinking, who hasn't heard my camping with your missus joke? What the fuck is he on about? But when you're camping with your missus, it's fucking intense. You have to read between the lines. But yeah, I just think it's way too camping with your missus at the moment. Fucking intense. Someone smashed into my Land Cruiser a couple of weeks back. Turned out the other driver works for the Australian government. Well, oi, take that as far as you can go, because I'm telling you, if you win, there ain't another entity on this planet that's connected to Victoria roads or wherever you live, New South Wales Transport, Queensland Transport, whatever, that pays better than those. So if they are in the wrong, let them know, and I promise you they will pay you, and they'll pay you to shut up too. They'll pay you to shut up. They'll give you a gag order. They'll say, here's $150,000 for us fucking up your car, but you are not allowed to talk about this with anyone. Well, it looks like it, doesn't it? Oi, I'm not going to... Look, no shit. There will be no morning leaving to Adelaide for me. I am a social media creator, and there is no such thing if you do social media as getting up in the morning. I promise you. So I'll leave in the afternoon. Look, I'll tell you, at very best, most days, I get up at 11 a.m. If it's a day where I have to do something, like I will get up at whatever time I have to do. But generally, I will spend my time online, well, mainly associating with my community, be it here on live, be it in the comment section. You know, I used to have this saying when I first started my YouTube, saying if you drop a comment, I will reply to all. Let me tell you something, that is so hard to do these days. When I had like 12,000 subscribers and I said that, it was a much easier statement to say that was correct. That's why I don't say it anymore, because it's like some videos, I'm like, this video's got more comments than it's... Well, let's just say the Desi Freeman videos or Gus Lamont, like, you've got more comments than you've got likes, which is like, that shit doesn't happen, yeah? Now, that triggers the algorithm and makes it go fucking mental. If you've got more comments than you have likes at an early stage in your video, the algorithm just goes... and just fucking lets it go, and it's crazy. Do you know what? I love it. I love social media. I love getting up in the morning. I try my hardest to reply to all of you legends here that join my live every day, but I love getting up in the morning and looking at my YouTube. It is a part of my everyday thing, and I get up and I get in and I have a look at the analytics of my YouTube, and I compare them to last month, and then I think about what we're going to do moving forward. And speaking about moving forward, looks like we're off to fucking Adelaide tomorrow. Luckily, I only bought 6 drinks tonight. I probably wouldn't be able to do that. I will say this. On Frothy Fridays and stuff, other than 2 days ago when I had a big couple of days, I was like, yes, I'm having a drink. Yeah, I'm having a drink now too. But I keep it to a minimum now. So it wouldn't even matter if I was in a mode where I'm like, just have another one. No. I'm out of drinks, pasteurising a new batch at the moment. Or do you make your own alcohol, Jugsy? Gus needs your help, Biff. Well, Lisa, you know, right? So without going into much detail, you know personally that I feel like that I can help with this case, right? And without saying too much, I'm about to fucking head over to that state anyway. And you know me. If you guys know me and you know exactly what I'm like, you know that there's going to be not one time in a snowflake's chance in hell that I am not going to go and see if I can find out what's going on. But you guys have got to understand, when you're pissing off premiers of the state, you've really got to tread carefully. So I kind of have a bit of a witch hunt going on at the moment, and it's led to believe that the powers that be were really, really, really trying to delve into my YouTube content, delve into my TikTok content, delve into my Instagram content, and see if there's any things that they can charge me with. And yeah, it turns out that sometimes spending that long in the life of crime, it's not about what you know, it is most definitely about who you know. And yeah. Listen, I have nothing to hide. I literally have nothing to hide. Now, I understand that I have pissed off the powers that be with my Desi videos, yeah? And I say this from the bottom of my heart. Fuck you. But I also say this. I say this. If there's been any videos that I have posted that have upsetted people that are connected to the people that lost their life on that day, I legitimately stand here right now in front of you and apologise. I am sorry if that has offended you. I am a man at the end of the day every single day, and a gentleman at the end of the day every single day. And I understand that there are widows out there, and I get that. But you guys have also got to understand this, that those same widows are taking the same government that I am fucking talking about to court. That it's not like, so you guys need to know that, like, the same people are chiming in to say you're offending this person, you're offending that person. You're a part of the fucking problem. I'll say that right now. But here's the truth. I am very careful in the way I word and speak and do my videos, because I am well aware that there are people in the background right now clutching at straws, trying to find something to put me back in prison. And I promise you, there ain't nothing you will find that can put me back in prison. Nothing. I'm not scared of that. Are there crimes I have committed that I have never been committed for? I mean, that is definitely a no comment discussion. Yeah, so I mean, what do you say in this scenario? I've been quizzed on 2 different homicides. I've been charged with 3 different attempted murders. You know, I was someone who lived that life to the extent of not many people get to that level, you know. So when I speak these words, I speak them from a place of poignancy. This isn't like watching other YouTubers' channel that claim to be gang members and fucking prisoners from Victoria and this and that. We're most definitely not like that. I mean, you literally just have to Google my real name, and it speaks for itself. You can Google any other YouTubers' real names, or even their YouTubers' names, and you'll find very little information there that coincides with the stories that they're telling. Now, in saying that, do I respect the hustle? I respect the hustle, right? I need everyone to understand this. This is a thing, right? When you are released from prison, like the people that were actually released from prison, um, you realize very quickly that you have very few options to turn to be on the straight and narrow, yeah? But let me just say this, right? I think every single one of you legends that is here right now is smart enough to understand what is real and what's not. And you know, the thing is, right, what a lot of people don't understand is every single court record, every single prison record, everything is all public tender, which means every single one of you legends right now can go to Freedom of Information, type my name in, which is this, Leif Hughes, spelled Leifhughes. Yeah, I say H instead of H, and I say thanks instead of thanks. Whatever. I am me. So, yeah, if you type my name into Freedom of Information, you will find yourself a plethora of information that coincides with every single fucking story that I have told. And that's why I tell people, you can't sit here and spin yarns and expect people to believe them, knowing damn well that I can type your real name into Freedom of Information. Now, not only do you find not information, you find that certain people are in court right now for serious domestic violence offences. You're like, what the fuck? What did I find today? Last year I used to be this. This year I am a serious domestic violence offender. You just never know what to believe, do you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying I'll tell it how it is at all times. At all times. And I'll say this also. I'll say this on a fucking Fank Fuck It's Friday, that I'm about, do you know what I mean? I'm not a fucking high school person. This is not a mother's club meeting. I could sit here literally for an hour and tell you guys information that would blow your mind. But I'm not like that. I don't give a fucking shit about any other creator that is got anything negative towards the Chaos Chronicles, and that means every single one of them. Now, don't get me wrong. I get along with every other creator in Australia except for a couple of particular creators in my home state. Now, there is a particular reason why I don't get along with them. And I think you guys are smart enough to read between the lines. Like, let's be fucking honest here. Let's be 100% serious as you can be. And, do you know what I mean? If I had a pair of glasses right now, I'd give you a thumbnail. But I don't. Or a cigar. Oi, Hoggy, what's going on, mate? Sorry, everyone. I just had to get it out there, right? Because, like, sometimes, at the end of the day, I'm still a human being who works hard every single day, regardless. I don't care about views. I don't care about none of that, yeah? That means nothing to me. What I care about is here, my community, this and that. And I really feel like when people are having side digs at us, I'm going to fucking jump out and I'm going to say something every single time. I'll protect you legends every single time. And, you know, people don't understand. This is what people don't understand. I've been doing this for a long time. So people don't understand. I might not be watching. I could not give a fucking shit what other people do on their channel that is negative towards my channel. Our channel. I could not care. But if you are actually on your channel, like singly, personally out me or anyone on this community, yeah, I'm going to have something to say. And I know every single time people say, Biff, just say who you're fucking talking about. Nah, I don't do fucking high school behaviour. I don't. If you guys are smart enough, you will read right between the lines. It's as simple as that. I had great bonds with these people at one stage, so I believed. but the realities of the scenarios came through quicker than the truth of the scenario. Let's just say that. And I am someone who may be very black and white myself, but I can also read every fucking colour and don't ever get it twisted. Like, I am someone who sees things that people do not see. I see things for what they are. Stay safe, Biff. Happy travels. Thank you. Don't do YouTube drama. No, I really don't do it. But do you know what? As much as I don't do it, when it gets to a point like this, I feel like I have to say what I have got to say. And I have said what I have had to say. And I actually said that I didn't want to talk about it anymore, but it was the chat that brought it back up. So I am quite happily to step off this subject. Do you know what I mean? This would be the scenario in high school where I would say, let's get off the subject of mamas because I just got off yours. Mic drop. Do you know what I mean? Off to Radelaide we come. It is what it is. There's no in between. I've just decided we're continuing the live on. There is no in between. And yeah, we're going to Radelaide. So, we're not just going to Adelaide. I'm going to South Australia, yeah? So I think that's important to put out there. And then quite possibly, very quite possibly, the only thing that's stopping me from traveling, guys, is obviously I would love to travel with my dog, yeah? But there are places that will not accept my dog. So then I've run into this issue of finding someone that will look after my dog while I'm interstate. So this is the major problem I have every time. My dog is a nightmare to the fact that like, if my dog does not know you, he is not listening to a word you say. It does not matter. He's taught to not listen to you. And so it is very hard to find someone who can look after my beautiful dog. And so, fortunately, I said to my son just today, if you're driving, get a cheap caravan. Well, I think I'm going to surprise you guys to see how I am traveling. So I said to my son this. I said, would you rather come traveling with me and get paid to be my cameraman, or would you rather stay at home and get paid to look after my dog? And he said, no disrespect, Dad, but I would rather stay at home and get paid to look after your dog. And I said, I was actually hoping you would say that. So, bonus to me. The major problem I have in me wanting to travel the world and country and this and that is nothing but I can't get just anyone to look after my dog. So, I can't take my dog to a shelter where they look after dogs, yeah? My dog does not... Listen, my dog is the most fucking beautiful dog. He is so fucking beautiful, but he is so smart, and I taught him... You got to understand, when I taught my dog, I had every child I have living with me at the time, which was a fucking house full, let me tell you. It was a 4-bedroom house, and every bedroom in that house had two or more people sleeping in it. And when I taught my dogs, I had 3 dogs that were quite capable. I exactly bought the exact same dogs I wanted. I wanted dogs that were capable of stopping a man stoppers, if you will. But also, I wanted dogs that were quite capable. If my fucking young kid put their finger in their eye, that they weren't going to turn around and bite their arm off, yeah? So it was a hard pick, but this is what my pick came to. I was going to get a Cane Corso, which is actually pronounced in Australia because people just pronounce things the way they look, Cane Corso, or an American Bully. And so, as a matter of fact, I was on my way to Melbourne and I thought, maybe I don't want a man stop a dog. Let's get a fucking. What I actually wanted to get was like a Boston Terrier or like a fucking American Bully mini. Not a. I've got a pocket. I wanted to get a mini. Their legs are like this big. As a matter of fact, it's quite cruel, and that's the exact reason why I didn't get one. Or a Boston Terrier or a French Bulldog because. Like, the truth is, it's actually a little bit cruel to own one of them dogs, especially if you are not buying from a pedigree breeder, because every single um, Bulldog Terrier, so American Bully Terrier, so Boston Terrier, American Bulldog, American Bully Mini, American Bully XL, American Bully Standard, American Bully Pocket, they all have a trachea problem, yeah? They have very short snouts, which means, I'll say this, yeah? I've owned mongrel dogs my whole life until I've owned one pedigree dog before I bought my own pedigree dogs, which was a pedigree dog that my mum and dad had bought, which were Rottweilers. We actually used to breed them. But I even realised then, and here's the truth, I swear to God, anyone in the chat who actually agrees with this, give me a thumbs up. If you buy a pedigree dog, you're buying problems. I promise you. There's not a pedigree dog, not one. There ain't one pedigree dog on the planet that doesn't have a problem with it. Breeders should really breed a healthy bloodline, not a pretty one. And I fucking absolutely agree with what Jugger said. So I done three breeds myself. And I particularly bought my dogs so I could make my own bloodline. Chaos bloodline, and that's what it was going to be. And so I'll tell you something, and I'll say something that might like trigger people this way, or it might trigger people that way. Put it this way: by the age of 9 years old, I'd seen very closely 2 dead bodies. 9 years old, dead, right there. One of them, my very best friend. The other one, I seen him take the mighty lift off the fucking 200 metre power line, yeah? Before I was 9 years old. True story. So, nah, we're not even going to go down that path, actually. We've changed. We've got to change here on the Chaos Chronicles. And, yeah. I've got... Do you know what I mean? As much as I would love to fucking spit venom right now and say hate, which is what I want to do, yeah, I think that I'm going to go to the toilet, I'm going to go and get my dinner, and then we're going to come back and finish the live. Give me 2 minutes, guys. If I was at the pub, I'd be going, no, I'm joking, I wouldn't. Do you know, when I grew up, my dad taught me that. He said that there's a time at the bar, you know, when people have had enough, and when you have a drink, you scull your drink and you turn your pot upside down at the bar, it has a fucking significance. Now, I know there's a lot of people in the chat right now that would not know what the fuck I am talking about, but give me a thumbs up if you do. So the significance of this was this. If you finished your pot at the bar and you went like this, bang, and chucked it upside down on the bar, it instantaneously meant that you're about to punch on. As crazy as this is, you can go through my fucking playlist and you'll see I found a video from 1957 where this old Yocker legend said, you know, the way people spoke back then, I fucking love it. I need to fucking turn the volume down so I can do it. The old Aussie Yocker fucking accent was the best. It was like this. You know, if I was at the bar and I was there and I had enough, and I'd be there, there'd be 4 blokes in that bar that hadn't been there before. And I'd be like, 3 out of 4 of them blokes are looking at me like I hadn't been looked at before. And I looked at the barman, I looked at my mate, and I said, fuck this. Bang, put upside down, and that just been game on. To me, do you know, when I got told that as a kid, I swear to God, when I got told that as a kid by my dad, when I got old enough to drink in a bar, I swear, that was the first thing I wanted to check out. Oi, Sammy Joe, you fucking legend. That was the first thing I wanted to test out, was the tip your pot upside down method. Now, I will agree to this. The first time I did that at the Broken Hotel in Benalla, everyone looked at me like I was a fucking lunatic. The barman came up and grabbed my pot and grabbed it as if I wanted another one. I was like, no, leave it there. They didn't get it. Anyway, that's life. Moving on. I'm going to get my dinner.
Be your solid land, but you were chasing dragons
I could never hope
to tame. Left me standing in the ruins, whispering your name, and it broke me in pieces, watching you fade away. You love the night more than you ever loved the day. Now the echoes of your laughter are just ghosts in my mind. Now I'm left here wondering if I'll ever love in kind. Chose the endless night. Now love feels like a battle that I can't get right. I hope you found your peace wherever you may roam, but you left me with these shadows, and it broke me in pieces, watching you fade away. You love the night more than you ever loved the day. Now I'm haunted by the memories, trying to find my way. Wondering if I'll ever love again, or if my heart will stay this met you in the chaos, thought I found my life, but you were dancing with shadows deep into the night. I gave you all my heart, tried to be your cure, but love ain't enough when the poison's got loose, and it broke me in pieces, watching you fade away. You love the night more than you ever loved the day. Now the echoes of your laughter are just ghosts in my mind.
Well, looks like we're off to fucking South Australia tomorrow. I told you guys I was going to make you guys be involved as much as I can.
Told myself I'd fix it, be your solid land. But you were chasing dragons I could never hope to tame. Left me standing in the ruins, whispering your name. And it broke me in pieces, watching you fade away. You love the night more than you ever loved the day. Now the echoes of your laughter are just ghosts in my mind. And I'm left here wondering if I'll ever love in kind. I gave you every sunrise, you chose the endless night. Now love feels like a battle that I can't get right. I hope you found your peace.
Sorry, legends, I am here.
You may roam, but you left me with these shadows in the place we called home. And it broke me in pieces, watching you fade away. You love the night more than you ever loved the day. Now I'm haunted by the memories, trying to find my way. Wondering if I'll ever love again, or if my heart will stay this free.
Oh, bullshit, Steve.
Met you in the chaos,
So,
thought I found my life,
Lisa Mason,
but you were dancing.
you can expect so much more out of these lives.
I give you all my
So,
heart,
let me just say this, right?
be your cure. But love ain't enough when the
I've been sitting here for months and months since I bought my car, saving money, thinking, what am I going to do, right? What am I going to do? Now, obviously, it is important to me that I prove every hater in my life wrong. Not only that, but I want something to leave to my children. So I have money put away. I would like to buy a deposit of land next year, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, I thought to myself, now what do you do? Do you buy a Harley Davidson? And look at me, I still look like a fucking bikie. I could dress like this in a tuxedo, it wouldn't matter. This right here makes me look like a bikie. So, guess what? Harley Davidson goes down the fucking level there. And guess what? What was the number one thing that I thought? I just thought, you've never been in a position in your life where you are able to travel your own country legally. I don't even know how to say this to you guys and how much that sentiment in its own is so deep in my heart. Like, I've never been able to legally, since I've been an adult, travel the country. Every single time I have gone to another state, it's either been because I'm on the run, or I've been on non-association laws with bike clubs, which is crazy. Guys don't understand. People don't understand how crazy the non-association is. So it can literally see you driving in a car on the fucking Brisbane highway, doing nothing wrong. Nothing. And you can be on your phone, right? That's the only thing you're fucking doing wrong, yeah? So, as a matter of fact, not even on your phone. This is the 100% truth. And I'm talking about what happened to me. I got pulled up for a preliminary breath test and drug test by detectives. Now, if anyone knows anything about anything, that's not how it works. Sorry, I have a complex about eating in front of people. I also like mainly just you people. You're my people, and I don't want to eat in front of you. Alright, so what are we looking at? Oh yeah, it's about time to wrap it up. So let's get a thumbs up. Let's get a thumbs up of how many people in the chat right now live in South Australia. Just a thumbs up. I don't want to know where you live. Rah, rah, rah. Just let me know if you live in South Australia. So on that day, the reason I just said on my phone, right? I'll say this before I go. So I got pulled up by an unmarked bunch of detectives, like 3 of them in the same car. And they then said to me, this is a random breath and drug test, rah, rah, rah. Now at the time, I 100% had nothing to hide. Nothing to hide. Now I knew for a fact that I had half an ounce of personal weed in the car, right? Now I also knew that I was in Queensland at the time, that there were people at the time that were doing 5 years for being caught with 4 grams of 3.5, 4 grams of marijuana. Queensland is a very police state and they take it very fucking seriously. So the reason that I was pulled up is they believed that I was a part of a fucking larger syndicate that was dealing marijuana over Facebook, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, moving forward, the reason I said you can get, put on the RICO, basically the Australian RICO, just for having a phone. Now, the reason I said that is exactly this. So, when I got pulled up, now they had said to me, right? Now there's rules. There's rules in the club life. If you get asked by authorities, if you are a club member, now regardless of what you see on TV, movies, this and that, right? If you deny your connection to your club, especially in a police interview, well, you're in trouble. As simple as that. If the police say to you, are you a part of, they will say it exactly like this. We believe that you are an affiliated member of so-and-so outlaw motorcycle club. And if you answer that question with anything other than, yes, I am, or no comment, well, you are public enemy number 1. This is what people don't understand. There's all these little fucking rules that you have to live by that are like, it's like a stoner. It's like a stoner going to a hook turn in Melbourne for the first time. It's like, fuck, all these little rules to understand. Unless you've got some pineapple from them.
You can think about the one girl you knew the night before, but your thoughts will soon be wandering the way they always do. When you're riding 16 hours, there's nothing much to do, and you don't feel
Much like riding.
you just wish the trip was through. Say here I am on the road again, here I am up on the stage, here I go playing the star again.
Wait. No. So, Reggie Ditch. So let me say this to you. They are very, very careful with their words. So, although both of the words start with A, associate and affiliate are very, very far from each other in the spectrum of outlaw motorcycle clubs. Let me tell you that right now. If you are an affiliated member, that means... Alright, let's use an American gangs as an example. So if you are an American Bloods gang member, you are nationally known as an affiliated. So you can't be affiliated means exactly what the word is in the dictionary fucking meaning. You cannot be an affiliate and an associate at the same time. Now, here's the thing. The mainstream media will get affiliate and associate mixed up way too much. So, I'll say this. Anytime you've seen a bike club on the news, you'll see this. And you guys will say, fuck, he's right. You'll see this, right? And this is exactly how it goes. You'll see patch members up the front. And then you'll see noms. And then you'll see hang-arounds, right? And this is how it happens. I swear to God. If you are a hang-around, you are a associate. If you are a nom, you are an affiliate, right? There's a big difference, what people don't understand. Oi, Jack Stalber. Yeah, nah, mate, this isn't the right chat that you want to embark on to find some romantic preferences. Yeah, we're all here, and yeah, we don't appreciate that kind of behaviour. Is there any chicks here? Well, there's multiple chicks here, but they want nothing to do with you, if that was the first thing you said. And when I speak on that, I speak on 100% behalf of all the females here in the Chaos Crew. Don't roll in here asking if there's any chicks here. That can only mean that you've got one prerogative, and that prerogative is only going to get you in trouble in this live, my friend. I promise you. So take it upon yourself to see where that cross is up the top. Hit that cross and boot off, root off. You know what? People always say to me this. They always say, Biff, we think that you're a little bit harsh on the people in the chat and that rah. So I literally could have blocked that dude right then and there, but I didn't, yeah? I didn't. I'll tell you why I didn't. And there's two major reasons why I didn't. Reason A is because I have the best moderators on YouTube, yeah? In order to have the best community on YouTube, you have to have the best moderators. And we have the best moderators. And so if anyone doesn't know how to tell who is a moderator here on the chat, so if you have a look next to Gunhead's name there, so anyway, all the moderators are generally in blue, the members are in green, rah rah rah. And people are like, aren't you scared about like directing people away from your page? I'm going to pause the music just so I can say this actually. I could not give a fuck about your subscription if your subscription is the only reason that you're here to be a troll. I really couldn't. Your subscription means nothing to me. My community means everything to me. And if you're here on a basis to negatively impact anyone in my community, and I feel like this, I feel like we're all on the same level, and I feel like there isn't a place that I could go to right now, and if I rocked in and said to, even if there was security on the door, if I rocked in and said, is there any chicks here? That's going to see me in one category and one category only. Like, I swear to God, if I was a club member and you rocked up to my club and said, is there any chicks here? I would have invited you in, but you wouldn't have been seen leave, I promise you. That is like predatory commentary, if you ask me. Are there any chicks here? So I'll say this also. We have lots of chicks here in the chat, and I will 100%, do you know what I mean? I don't think he wants to talk about the fucking tectonic plates in Tijuana. Why the fuck do I even care for? Alright, so I did say about, I don't know, an hour and a half ago I was going to get off. Now we've been on for 2 hours and 13 minutes and 34 seconds. No, like 38 seconds. I reckon we're going to be live for another 17 minutes. When we hit 2.5 hours, I'm jumping off Legends. I'm going to drive interstate tomorrow. Oi guys, I swear to God. I swear on my eyeballs. I'm nervous about going to see my dad, yeah? And like, I'm opening up to you guys here. Like, I am 100% nervous about going to see my dad. Everyone else that is concerned, that is connected to my father on his side, has said that he's a changed man. I don't know. Like, I actually feel a little bit weak, if I'm honest. Like, and I'm always honest to you guys. I always tell you, Legends, there's never no black and white with me. But there was a time in my life, and this is horrible. No child should ever have to experience this, where the person that I feared most in my life was my dad. And no one should ever have to go through that, you know. But I say this with an open heart and putting all my fucking feelings out here on the table for all you guys to, you know, take what you will. I'm actually scared to see my dad, like nervous, anxious, all of them, all of the above. Me, that's me. Because like, You know, the last time I seen my dad, I need you guys to know this, right? I said I busted his jaw. I busted his jaw for a reason. I busted his jaw because, well, I had a son that passed away, and moving on in future years, I had a partner that was pregnant, and then my father continued. I'm not even going to repeat it, but he said something in regards to my new part. I'll tell you some words that he said. Was this? He said, blah blah blah. I hope that when that baby's born, I hope it hates your fucking guts. And obviously, my last child that was born, I had to bury. Yeah? So that was a very fucking touchy subject. And I actually thought in my head right then and there, in that moment, you know what, cunt? And I'm sorry, females, for fucking speaking my mind here, but I was like, you know what, cunt? I'm over. I was, like I said, I was nearly 24 years old, and I was like, I've seen 24 years of your fucking bullshit, old man, and I swear to God, today's going to be the decider. I'm not scared of you anymore, and yeah, that was the last time I seen my dad. But yeah, admittedly, I am scared. Like, I don't know. Never in my life have you heard me say that. I'll tell you something. And I'm not even going to go into it. Anyway, moving on. Your dad will look at you and smile and shake your hand, I reckon. Do you know what? Like I said, I've been in contact with my dad. And I hope every single part of the sinew that makes me human hopes that my dad will welcome me with open arms. But also, you've got to understand, so when I was a kid, this is the truth. I would like invite, like my mum, and my mum was good. Like, sorry, if my mates were having problems with their parents, my mum would be there 100%. Yeah. Oh, anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about it because it makes me just want to punch you in the face. The only one who never need to hide. Now I'm just a ghost in the walls you walk by. I hate myself for what I'm doing too much. Do you know I wrote the songs, the words to this song? True story. There is not. Actually, I think there's one. When I first found the app. But every single song. So this song in particular is the song that like lifts me apart, yeah, makes me cry. So all of these songs that you listen to here, you're allowed to listen to because I own every single one of them. Now, I am not going to claim to be the fucking singer in any of these songs. But the last songs, like this one, is actually my voice, but it's just AI. But I love it. You're scared you act the wrong way, he's nothing, and the fear will go away when you see him. You know what, Uncle? Think reflective, Calder says. Nah, 100%, but like, I've got memories that like I don't want. I've got memories that I wish that I could grab them and throw them as far away as I fucking could. But like, unfortunately, that's not a reality. And that's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of so many things. I'm scared of, like, I remember this, yeah? I remember having conversations with my mates in the sandpit about what goes on in their home. And, like, I remember being so alien compared to the rest of the fucks at the school. And, like, my dad was that dad that, do you know what I mean? There was always that one kid at your school when you're in primary school and early years of high school where you were the outcast of the whole school. That was me every time. And just because of, now don't get me wrong, do not get me wrong. My beautiful mother tried her absolute hardest to make everything the best she can every single time. But my father seemed like he had this thing where he was jealous of my mum, and like I could see that as a child, you know. Actually, I'm gonna stop talking about this. It's gonna make me fucking angry. It's already made me angry. I'll tell you what. You can record this. You can do what you want, but I'll tell you something. There was a realization that I may have been a little bit more fucking physically gifted than other people in my family, and that was the time when I broke my dad's jaw. Now I know that's hard for you guys to realise. It is one of the things I've done in my life that I regret the most, but it was a point in my life that I needed to do to realise that I wasn't scared anymore. And I may have went overboard. If it wasn't for the police, let's just say, the police rocked up, I had my dad by the scruff of the neck on the ground, feeding him fucking two-piece feeds, telling him this is 24 years of two-piece feeds you've fed me, cunt. And the police rocked up. I remember I had my dad by the scruff of the neck like this. I was about to feed him another one, and the cops rocked up, and they're like, rah, 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 fucking. And I said, fuck off. My property, domestic fucking issue. We didn't call you. We don't need you. My dad said, we don't need you. And then, yeah, the cops just sat there and watched me fucking feed my dad. Now, I'll say this, in all honesty, I've got some regrets in my life, and that's one of them. Don't get me wrong, it was a major part of my life to make me progress into the next part of me. But it also made me realise that now I'm not scared of anyone. Like, my dad was the only person on the planet that I was scared of. And that was a bad time, because I realised that, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but once you realise that you've got no fears anymore, well, everything becomes a game. That's what it was to me. It was a game. All right, what's the time? We got 5 minutes. I'll tell you what. Chuck it up on the screen there. We got 5 minutes. You guys tell me what story you want to hear. A story that I may not have ended. I may not have told the start to because I am very ADHD and I'm very much like, oh, look, a squirrel. Oh, look, there's my fucking Chaos Chronicles hat. I'm fucked, yeah? So, we got 5 minutes. Chuck it up on the screen what you want to hear and I'll tell you. Or get fucked, 11-11. Cause it take away my pain. Kinda am my own lane. Favorite memory in your life? Oi, best fucking question ever. I'll tell you what. Hey. You used to look at me like I'm favorite memory in my life. I don't know. Actually, if I'm honest, I probably don't have many. I'll tell you, alright. Some of the best memories in my life involve my real friends, people that I actually realised that were there for me. And yeah, I mean, like, yeah. Some of the best memories in my life involve the people that were most important in my life. Hence why they are the most important people in my life. And 99.9 of them are still the most important people in my life. But I'll tell you what, legends, we are about to jump off. I was going to get off an hour and a half ago, so we've done all right. But yeah, I mean, here we go. It was you guys. I said I wanted you guys to be involved 100%. That's nothing compared to how much I want you guys to be involved on the next part. But thank you, legends. It's been another awesome live. Binksy, if you are still here, I am. Give me a look. That one's done. Bam, bam. I have to have a black and a white lead, otherwise. Well, I'm very black and white. What can I say? Born where the rail split the town in two. Alright, legends, I'm out of here. Alright, well, looks like we're off to fucking Adelaide tomorrow. Let's go and do this shit. Alright, so I'm going to do a post I'm going to do a post, and I need all of you legends to tell me where you would like me to go in South Australia. Now, don't worry. Don't think just Adelaide. If you live like 764 kilometres out of fucking Adelaide and you're thinking he'll never come there, never doubt me. I want to go to, just tell me about it and I'll come there. Kick right in. Alright, legends, I am out of here. Much love, much respect. You guys have been absolutely awesome. I've been the Chaos Chronicles. You guys have been absolutely awesome. My eye's a little bit manky, but it's alright. Much love, much respect, and as always, don't do drugs and crime and you won't end up in prison. But if you do end up in prison, you'll get free Ozempic if you end up a fat fuck.